Shalom, shalom, family. Today I want to talk to you about excuses. All of my personal life, I used to have an excuse. I had an excuse when there was no reason to have an excuse. I had an excuse not to do the hard thing. I hated to do the hard things, and I always had a reason why I couldn't. Sometimes it could just be as simple as not going to do something with family that I didn't want to do. An excuse not to take responsibility for the things that I needed to do. I had excuses to stay stuck in life. But excuses don't save you, Mishpachah. Discipline does. I wish I'd known this sooner. I wish I'd realized who I was sooner and worked on myself. In Sirach 32:17, it says, "A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will." Excuses are the language of sin and sloth. They keep us weak, they keep us broke, they keep us out of the alignment with Yahuah's will. And I'll tell you this from my own life. It was only when I started to take accountability that my life began to change. When I stopped blaming and I stopped complaining and I faced the truth about myself, that's when Yahuah began to shape me. That's when I found the strength to discipline my mind. Now I'm walking on a path of discipline and not excuses. We are not children anymore. Complaining will not change your life. Excuses will not change your life. Nobody's coming to feel sorry for you, and nobody is coming to rescue you. What matters is your fruit and the results you produce. James 2:17 says, "Faith, if hath not works, is dead," being alone. Too many times we look at other people and we say, well, they had it easy, that's why they're successful, or their parents were rich, or they're a Nepo baby, or whatever the case may be. They had advantages that I didn't have. But Yahuah never told us to measure ourselves against them. Philippians 2:12 says, "Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." That means that not only your salvation, but your success, both in this truth and in life, is your responsibility. Proverbs 6:9-11 says, "How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, so shall thy poverty come." Stop sleeping. Stop making excuses. Get up an hour earlier. Dedicate that hour to prayer, study, building your vision. 1 extra hour a day can change your entire life. I get up an hour earlier and I get more done in that hour than you would think humanly possible. Do you really want to wake up in your 80s wishing you had done more with the time Yahuah gave you? Do you want to be that elder at the bus stop barely surviving on a fixed income that doesn't even have anybody to give them a ride? That is not the life Yahuah promised his chosen people. I mean, we have to understand that money doesn't define us, but without it, you can't build, you can't provide, and you can't even take care of your own. Ecclesiastes 7:12 says, "For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense." If a loved one is sick and you have money, you can focus on helping them heal instead of stressing over the bills that are piling up. That's what resources can do for you. It makes things easier in life. Not that we won't have tragedy, but having some finances will make the tragedies easier to get through. And family, we as Yasharel should not be living beneath the promises of the covenant. Deuteronomy 28:1-2 says, "If thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahuah thy Elohim, all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee." But here's the problem. Christianity told us to stay poor while they collected our tithes, and we believed them. While their pastors bought jets, we believed them. That is not Torah, that is not covenant, and that is false teaching. We have came out of that teaching, and we are not supposed to be sitting here broke, busted, and disgusted. John 4:23-24 says, "The true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and truth." So Mishpachah, please stop making excuses for your life. Please stop making excuses for your laziness. I know that we don't want to get up sometimes and go do the things we have to do, but Yahuah gave us a set apart day to rest. And he said the rest of the 6 days, those days belong to us. What are we going to do with those days? Nobody's coming to save you. Stop waiting for someone to fix your life. You are the only one that can save yourself from laziness and poverty. In Deuteronomy 30:19, it says, "I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life that both thou and thy seed may live. The choice, Miss Baka, is yours. Excuses are action. You can't have it either way. You can only have it one way. Poverty or prosperity, disobedience or covenant blessing. Abba Yahuah, we just pray, Father, that you would pour your Ruach upon us and cause us to do the things of you that you have called us to do, Abba Yahuah. Remove any laziness and excuses out of our minds and our body, Abba Yahuah, and continue to bless us. May your face shine upon us each and every day. Hallelujah, hallelujah.